The Barbados Festival of Speed continues on Race 1. Also, the countdown to Sol Rally Barbados. If you want the best motor oil for your vehicle, get Belleville Motor Oil, the official motor oil of Race 1. Welcome back to the Barbados Festival of Speed on Race 1. This festival was for all to enjoy. The children were having a ball. Mother Sally had her own party happening. We'll take a leave now from your party to some on-track action. The Barbados Festival of Speed had it all, and it was the turn of the superbikes to take to the Bushy Park circuit, with local and overseas riders joining the competition. It was Barbados' Brooke Miller who found himself second on the grid to Matthew Truelove. 16 riders were set to take to the grid, but only 13 made it, and it was Brooke Miller who had a great start and took the early lead heading into the first corner. In hot pursuit was Harry Truelove, who got ahead of the pole sitter, while James Slowland on his blue bike also had a great start and moved from 8th to 4th, and Barbados' Chris Brathwaite slotted in behind him in 5th. Brooks' lead did not last the entire lap as he left a small gap open and Harry Truelove took it. On the next lap, Brooke tried to take it back but had to check as Harry was leaning in for the apex and the space rapidly disappeared. This small loss in momentum also cost the Bajan rider his second place as well, as Matthew Truelove tried to ease on by, but not without some resistance from Brooke as he tried to fight back immediately under braking but ran wide, and Matthew was able to take back the position and hold on to it. Mechanical problems on lap 8 sidelined the leader Harry Truelove, and Matthew, seen here waving to the crowd, went on to win with Barbados' Brooke Miller, who was second. If you were looking for a close race, then look no further, as the Suzuki Swifts proved to be a very close affair. Behind Carlos Edwards was a three-way battle between Ryan Wood on the inside, Martinique's Pascal Calvel in the blue Swift, and Kyle Catwell on the outside. But that's not the only place where there were battles, as Jason Parkinson found himself in the middle of a pack with nowhere to go, as he had Josh Reed on the right and Aaron Paris on the left. Bringing up the rear were Barbados' Kenrick Snapper Husbands and Jamaica's David Somerville. With the rain making things a bit more tricky, it appears Carlos Edwards opted to brake just a bit too early. Kyle Catwell goes for the pass on the inside. A little gentle nudge, as Edwards may not have noticed Catwell on the inside, and the pass was complete. Here's how it stands. Kyle Catwell leading from Ryan Wood, then Carlos Edwards, who is under pressure from Jason Parkinson and Pascal Calvel, Darrell Clark, followed by Christian Jeffrey. But there was no stopping Kyle Catwell from going on to win the race. Everyone wanted to see Lewis Hamilton, and he surely did not disappoint. Not only in the Formula One Petronas Mercedes, but also in a Radical and now in a kart. The karting race was a handicap one which saw all the different classes taking part at the same time, but starting at different intervals. Joining them was three-time Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton, who was the headliner for the Barbados Festival of Speed. Hamilton started off in karting, and it was no surprise that he was there to encourage the young and talented karters in Barbados all the way. Even though the track was wet, Hamilton weaved his way through the crowd. From the cadet karters to the junior karters, and even some of the more senior karters were taking part. But for Hamilton, it wasn't about winning, but encouraging the karters to keep trying and keep improving, as he said the night before during his interview. Also in the race were Kippen Simpson, Charlie Carriage, Zane Maloney, Kayla Maloney, Colin Bradshaw, Sebastian Thompson, Graham Bradshaw, Dana Bradshaw, Justin Maloney, Aiden Fortier, Alex Malalou, Kaylee Catwell, Daniel Elliott, and Adam Marshall. The crowd loved seeing the defending Formula One champion. He was never disappointing, and he was always waving to the fans. At this point, Hamilton seemed to be looking for a particular karter or group to race alongside of.
It would be quite nice. But it was looking for someone particularly. Glancing over his shoulder.
At the end of the race, Hamilton ensured he was first back in the pit, then got out of his kart and high-fived every karter that entered the pit. What a great guy. Round 3 of the Suzuki Challenge Series SR3 Radical Cup was all a part of the Barbados Festival of Speed. On pole for this one is Englishman James Abbott, then Guyana's champion track driver Christian Jeffrey, Barbados' David Simpson, Jack Manchester out of England, Trinidad's David Coelho, a known rally driver. The track was wet and with constant drizzles. They get going, and Saul Youssef at the back splits the brothers Sean and Stuart and gains 2 positions going into turn 1. Guyana's Christian Jeffrey also gets a good start and leads going into the first corner as David Simpson spins off. Jeffrey is leading, but not for long, as England's James Abbott has the world of room and moves down the inside to snatch the lead. Mark Maloney in the dark grey Radical is third, then Jack Manchester, the Englishman, Saul Youssef, Sean and Stuart Maloney, David Coelho, and David Simpson. The leading 3 have opened the gap on the others, and here Youssef is pressuring Jack Manchester for 4th position. Saul had already won on the day and was fired up. James Abbott leads this SR3 Radical race, and Mark Maloney is all over the rear of Christian Jeffrey, waiting for the right time. And it's now into the turn. Mark pulls alongside and goes by while his brother Sean decided to pull off and watch the action from the bridge. No, he didn't. He was having engine problems. Trinidad's David Coelho goes a-spinning on the slippery conditions. Now Guyana's Calvin Ming in the green and white car is in the mix, and Barbados' David Simpson is back up to speed and challenges Stuart Maloney's position and gets it. Calvin Ming now wants Saul Youssef's 5th position as Stuart Maloney in the red Radical took back his position from David Simpson. Barbados' Mark Maloney now wants the top spot and has England's James Abbott under serious pressure. We don't want a Rosberg-Hamilton situation here. Mark keeps pushing and late brakes going into the turn. tarmac is slippery. He spins and loses one position. England's Jack Manchester and Guyana's Kelvin Ming come sliding through the same corner side by side, gear for gear. Manchester seems to have won the battle. But Ming is on the inside line, and some kind of touching happened there. Jack Manchester goes off. England's James Abbott held firm for the win. Guyana's Christian Jeffrey was second, Kelvin Ming was third, while Mark Maloney kept it good for the fourth spot.
Across these fields and hills to the open sea.
If ever I'm lost, I know you'll be there for me.
Like a sunrise,
In my eyes, there's
no other place I'd rather be. This is my home. This is where I belong.
my heart and soul.
This is the rock that keeps me strong. This is my home, the most beautiful place in the world.
Mine forever,
Never will I be alone. Barbados will always be home.
Now the bangers make up an interesting part of the sport. Based in the UK, 15 drivers came over to take part in the Barbados Festival of Speed. For this event, the Nissan microcar was used. Hitting and pushing is allowed in this race. So let's go. Bang bang, they're off in front of a massive Barbados Festival of Speed crowd. This first turn is trouble. Nearly everyone is banged out. Barbadian Jeffrey Elliott is driving the Lewis Hamilton-sponsored banger number 44. Here he takes the Joker lap as car number 647, driven by Dan Varral, gives Jack O'Brien in the 308 car a little nudge to move him out the way. Craig Nippy Hook is leading. Second is Jen Garrett, but not for too long. The cheat, Darren Terry Brand, bangs him off his line. Steve Anscombe, number 194, gives it to Mr. V. Dan Varral in car number 647. Ashley Rummery in car 198 gives it to Jacko in 308, the white car of Phil Flip Hampton. He takes them both out and slips on through. Car number 44. Jeffrey, you're a wanted man after winning the first race, and Terry Boxell has you in his net. Take that, Jeff. Car 556 of Flip Hampton takes another victim and escapes again. Hey, Loopy Garrett, I need to get by. Garrett is off. Wheel broken off. The race is done for Jack Brand in car number 308. Look out, Edward Kennett goes over. All in the game, bro. Meanwhile, Barbadian Jeffrey Elliott in car 44 untangles himself from this love triangle and leaves Pete Osborne in car 243. He's in front, and Terry Boxell to work things out. Nothing happens there, so Osborne decides to give Colin Jonesy Jones a little push to get him going again. Car 326 is pushed back on its wheels, and Edward Turbo Kennett hops on back in, but can this car move? I guess so. The others fly by, and Dan Varral is on a mission. He wants Bajan blood. Bang! Into Jeffrey Elliott and leaves him sidelined. Don't know what this move is called, but it's all in the fun of it. It's now time for Turbo Kennett in car 326 to get his revenge on Flip Hampton. I'm not easing you. We're in this together. Seems as though Phil Flip Hampton pulled a move there to get away. Ramp roll overtime. Pete Osborne hits off. And this is how it goes in banger racing. Yeah. Out and gone. Phil Fliphampton in for some action. Superman. Pete Osborne comes again and man, this is too much. In comes Reese Priestley. The banger team. We don't even know who won the race. We were too busy having fun watching the action. We'll have the Bangers Demolition Derby next time on Race 1. The Banger Team posse having a ball at the Barbados Festival of Speed.
How did it go for you?
Oh, the first race was great. The guys said we were doing some minor contact, obviously to try and get the cars through the first race, and it was pretty good. And unfortunately, I think I came from a little back and won the race, which was not good. I think that was not good. For the second race, I think we were just target, and I think we were a good target because we get whooped. I mean, this was banging.
It's great. Lewis, I love my man Lewis. He's very, very good. So that is what he really up here for.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Loving the sun, loving the women, loving the water, and bit.
Look at the race one to the world. What do you think of the action on the track?
The action is nice. The sun is really hot, but
Yeah, man.
you know everything is going good.
Yeah, man.
I really enjoyed the guys with the bikes and stuff,
Yeah.
doing the thing, the
Really
backflips
nice.
and everything.
It worth the
Everything was
money.
blessed,
It
man.
worth the money. It worth the money.
Totally worth it.
Ain't done yet. How are you enjoying the action so far?
Very good, very good. Excellent atmosphere.
It's my first time, but I like it.
I think it's been an amazing event. I've absolutely loved it. It wasn't what I was expecting at all, but the passion of everyone I've met, the knowledge of the spectators, and just the good vibe of this whole motorsport festival has been brilliant. And I think the Barbados Festival of Speed is something that I'd love to come to again. What personally grasped me is my interest is Formula One, and seeing Lewis Hamilton drive a Formula One car in the Caribbean and here on this beautiful island of Barbados was incredible. But I think the one that really appealed to the crowd was the banger racing that came over from the UK, because that's a type of racing that you don't see anywhere else, and it's deliberately a contact sport, and I think the thrills and watching them turn upside down really got the crowd going, so that was special. But again, also the stunt bikes, I mean, jumping 75 feet, going 35 feet in the air, incredible.
You've been probably to many tracks all over, and now you're here in Barbados. The crowd is probably a bit closer than many other tracks. What do you think of the facility here?
Definitely, I was really surprised when I got here what a good facility this is. I spoke to Mark Maloney yesterday, and he's told me about the investment that he's put into the place, the future plans for the circuit, and I was really, really impressed with the style of the circuit, the actual facility, and how accommodating it is and welcoming for the spectators and for the international media, which I am, to come here. So it's a beautiful place.
Excelente, nothing like SOL. So sweet, so rally Barbados. I come every year. I live in Philip and I drive everywhere to come see this Soul Rally Barbados. Nothing like it.
Just the other day when we started these discussions, I felt like we had lots of days to play with, and now I feel like time is against me. So then we were going on to the scrutineering, and then I remembered about the cutout car that we wanted to have at the press conference as well. How is this working?
We let them know that we wanted it to look like the behind the scenes kind of a movie set.
There will be images printed in pairs of the rally cars, the drivers, and stages.
It is once again my pleasure to welcome you to the beginning of another year of motorsporting at its best. We at Saul are truly proud to be the title sponsor of Saul Rally Barbados, which is now in its 9th consecutive year. With over 50 years of rallying history, you cannot deny that Barbados is definitely a rally nation. We are pleased to reiterate our partnership with the Rally Club for another 5 years, from 2017 through 2021, which is a demonstration of our commitment to the further development of Saul Rally Barbados as a brand. Saul remains committed to the communities in which we operate and have developed a reputation for supporting initiatives like Rally, which directly and indirectly contribute to our local communities and our stakeholders.
And I can indeed tell the Barbados Rally Club that they can expect similar commitments from Flo in the coming years as well. Especially given that we are now in our 27th year of what you can consider the Caribbean's largest sporting event. And needless to say, without a doubt, Flo is very pleased to be part of this initiative.
The change in the ending at Vaucluse, I can only imagine when the fans actually hear this information, when they see this information, when they read it, whatever they do, they're going to be absolutely bouncing off the walls.
Some friends ask me if I'm ready for it. I'm always ready for motoring.
I'm also looking forward to the shakedowns and check out all the girls. I mean, no, the cars. The cars is what I'm looking for. The girls had...
It would probably have to be the sheriff. I think the sheriff with his experience, because you can always have the young guns, the fire and everything, but the sheriff has the experience.
Roger Mears, because like me, he appears there to be a few parts missing from his brain.
If I had to be one, I had to choose it, it'd be His Hotness, Roger Mears.
If we can be informed a bit more about everything that's happening so we can plan for the best coverage.
Sometimes I would prefer to be able to get stage information from Rally Control in a timelier fashion. I like the fans. What annoys me with the fans is that there are some of them who don't really care, just come to be out, and midway through a stage they want to leave. That annoys me. If you're not a real motorsport fan, stay home. Do not annoy the event. Full stop.
Initially what started it was years ago. I was working at CBC and I would film motorsport, and I have tons and tons of footage, hours of footage, and I would only able to put out 2 or 3 minutes on television and then just sit at home and watch all of it by myself. So I was like, how can I let the public of Barbados see all of this footage? And I came up with the idea and started from there. I plan to do this till I get like 97. Seriously, I'm not joking. The next 50 years, you're gonna see me at some corner, a car coming at 100 miles an hour, and I down on my knees, holding the shot.
So in terms then, so we got the start is sorted, the end is sorted, and then I guess the excitement now follows.
I think we have all the ingredients for a good event. My hope now, after all those bits are in place, is that we have a very safe event.
Well, that sounds good. It sounds like you got everything covered.
Yeah, well,
except the Cup, Pepper Island stage.
Yes, this is true.
And this year's event is going to be excellent.
We love Saul Rally Barbados.
Oh Lord, this is fantastic, fantabulous.
We're always here. We were here from 4 o'clock this morning.
Love it every year. Action all around.
We had bakes this morning with eggs, bacon, everything. We got 4 grills down there and 2 stoves.
Fun, food, drinks. What else do you want?
What we're doing is we're marking these stages for Saul Rally Barbados. All of the special stage arrival, start and flying finish points. They are marked in the road book, but to aid the competitors in finding the exact locations, we put yellow lines in the road, marked SSA, SSS and SFF. We also put in for chicanes, for example, the lines that you see behind me. These are to slow the cars down as they go through the stage. So all of these visual cues on the road help the competitors when they do their reconnaissance. We check the stages, for example, for the road repairs, what needs to be done, make sure there are no mains that have been burst or anything has been dug up, make sure everything is in order by the time the rally comes around. The road repairs each year is very important because the stages are run on public roads, So in cooperation with the Ministry of Transport and Works and CO Williams, we all work together to make sure that the stages are in best possible condition for the actual event. This year we've actually started quite early, about 7 weeks ahead, and we'll continue doing that so that the stages are ready. All the repairs are done at least 3 weeks before the rally. We should actually be finished 5 weeks before the rally this year. The club will pay for some of the repairs. It's quite a big budget. We spent a lot of money on road repairs last year, but it's good not just for the rally but for the residents as well. Their roads are actually repaired by us in conjunction with CO Williams and the MTW, and the residents also appreciate that. So what we do, for example, 2 weekends ago, the rally chairman Mark Hamilton and myself, we actually went through the stages and actually with spray paint, we're spray painting every single pothole that needed to be filled so that when the guys from MTW go out and CO Williams, they know exactly which holes we need filled. It also helps us control the budget so they're not doing an entire repair of the road, just what we need done. But yeah, it's a lot of effort that goes into this rally, quite a lot.
Well, the first question I have is, how do you prepare yourself, I guess, mentally and physically for driving at such high speeds for such a sustained period of time?
From a mental point of view, I guess doing it for so many years, it comes naturally, but you know, you're nervous, you know, coming up. There's no rally like Soul Rally Barbados. You know, we go to other events during the year and we arrive there on a Sunday morning and it's cool and we drive and, you know, but when it comes to Soul Rally Barbados, everything, you know, the preparation that goes into it, because it's the biggest motoring event in Barbados, matter of fact, biggest motoring event in the entire Caribbean. A lot has to go into it from an aspect of car preparation. You know, the ultimate is that you want to finish and you want to do well. It depends on your car, it depends on driver, navigator, team. Everything has to come together, everything has to work.
It's the best thing that happened to us. There's nothing better than it. Every year is awesome. Competitors, boys. Every year has been something challenging. You know, it's all right, Barbados is the best thing. You just gotta get extra stock, extra everything, extra staff. You know, it's been a wonderful experience for everybody. So it just be, at the end of the day, it just be tiring, but you know, we come out to have fun, watch the drivers, and looking forward to seeing everybody this year. Nothing like Soul Rally Barbados.